誰もいない部屋をお願い。
Products received. Resources received.
Ah, ここにいたか。
Alright, everything is working. I hope. Welcome to the stream. We're continuing on the journey through Arknights Mansfield break event. This thumbnail was a bit difficult to make. It seems really basic, but just finding all the assets I needed was a bit of a pain. There are surprisingly few in jail related things. Anyways, guess we can hop right into it. Oh, right. While we were between last stream and this stream, I E2'd my girl. I was trying to figure out what it was about her that I really liked, and she's a lot like Hutao from Genshin Impact. Looks-wise, at least. I think that's fantastic. Alright, I'm gonna see if this works. Anyways, let's get started on this. Okay, analysis here. Free Mountain, gonna be covering both of these slots. Both boxes will go to him. Got the imprisonment device here. I could spawn camp them, and that would protect these, but if I set up a block here, then more efficient. But these would be in danger. I think I could set up a healer here, AoE healer, to get... Actually, no, this is gonna be a bit more difficult. Yeah, I'll just spawn camp them. Put... blocker here, blocker here. W over here can cover these two tiles. Healer here can sustain both of those, and then another sniper or something. Seems good. I'll use her skill 2 this time.
絶対みんなを楽しませてあげるよ。
戦いに行くの？私も頭数に入れといて。
I can't take mountain.
お互いどうにか生き残りましょう。
I'll just bring thorns for extra hurt. Emotional support April. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, stay hydrated, boys. Got a whole bottle of lemonade over here. Hopefully that'll last the stream. So last we left off, the explanation of Robin, I think. Oh yeah, and then we just met, Claria in the prison. But it's not really explicitly said yet, so we will see where it goes. Robin's not a professional assassin. Not at all. Even I could tell that much. She had none of the air about her. Looks like the material I had on her was correct. She really was a security worker. Her skills certainly should have invited trust. But this all smacks of a little weirdness to me. What? Why they hire her is my question. But that's not too important. Skip it for now. More importantly, it seems most of the assassins were like Robin in that they been hired solo. They had no idea if they had any competition, and no clue who their employer was. How many assassins did Hydro hire in the end? Your guess is as good as mine. But just like I said before, the bros paid big to get rid of Anthony. Money with their blood and sweat in it. How did the assassins get into prison? One second, I gotta adjust something. Hopefully this is a bit better. How did the assassins get into prison? I'm sure you looked into it beforehand too. Mansfield State Prison was established jointly by a few of the state's municipal governments, and it stands alone. The way I've seen it described, the founding intent of the prison was to serve its state-breaking new ground. Development was rapid, but crime rates stayed high and rampant. So at the time, it was a half-abandoned industrial platform. It was Randall, the current warden, who suggested establishing the prison to the city governments. All at once, they had a solution for what to do with the platform and where to put the inmates. Any questions so far? Isn't the answer pretty obvious, though? The idea is this prison gets used as a lockbox to shove every troublesome person. And it's the people none of the cities want to bother with. Getting inside isn't the tough part. Miss Kafka never told you how exactly she got in there, am I right? Of course. The prison is still a prison. Getting out is tough. Like I said, it only visits cities on the edge once every few months. The rest of the time it stops in the Barrens. A convict escapes out there, they're stuck in the endless Barrens until they die. Here's the thing. Robin mentioned it. A mysterious person promised it. There's a way to get them out for sure. So as long as they didn't slip up and get themselves killed in there, and successfully ran the hit on Anthony, then they just need to wait for extraction. But they sent in a lot of other assassins. Would Hydro really be able to retrieve each and every one? Of course not. Which is why I said none of them knew about the others. Once they were inside, even if they figured it out, there'd be no escape. The only option would be to kill Anthony or die trying. The simple, effective method. But I still don't understand. Why? Simon Co. had shut down. Its core members were all in prison. Hydro never once touched them. Why move against Anthony alone, of all people? Oh. Do I actually have to start from there? What do you mean? Alright. Miss Silence. Now I know you really didn't care much about this in the past, but maybe you pulled something so bold and brash and succeeded precisely because you didn't realize. Sorry. I'm not making fun of you here. In fact, you can take it as me complimenting you. Right. As for your question, first of all, let me answer it with a question. Miss Silence, have you ever thought about how if you wanted to dispose of Anthony in prison, Assassin's actually one of the least efficient methods? No. Because there are much better ways. Buying off the jailers, maybe bribing the warden, but sending an assassin to dress up as a prisoner, get into prison, and kill another prisoner. When you hear it out loud, it sounds dumb, doesn't it? Because they couldn't? Yep. Because they couldn't. Ooh, from the way you reacted to the prison's history just now, I'm gonna need you to give you a walkthrough of this side from the top, Miss Silence. What do you mean? Do you still remember Kafka recalling the prison superintendent Barton? What did he say? We are Mansfield State Prison. We are a pilot penitentiary with special approval. We will serve as a shining example to the other states. What about it? Pilot special approval? You know what that implies? What? It implies business. In Colombia, the most profitable business is wherever the power is. This prison's a model case. What are you? I'm telling you this prison is in fact Warden Randall's money machine. But it's a prison. Sure is. Heavily guarded prison. Then whoever you don't like in there for worse than death. Then whoever you want to safeguard in there to be protected. Whatever you need, as long as you have the money. Don't you go, wow, that's a supersized business opportunity. Oh wait, I read that with the wrong tone. Don't you go, wow, that's a supersized business opportunity? But in that case, could Hybrid not just pay the warden the requisite amount and he'd help them do their work? 1 second you're stunned beyond belief hearing it. The next you force yourself to switch lanes and rail your thought in full steam. You really are amazing, Miss Silence. I don't feel like you're complimenting me. Your query is totally reasonable. The truth is, I don't have a clear-cut answer either. Or you can work backwards. In conclusion, they didn't do that. And surely they tried it before. So the only possible answer is they failed. Personally, I think it's because the warden didn't want to get himself stuck between a rock and a hard place. Or perhaps Anthony's mistreatment could be bought, but Anthony also had a massive influence in the prison. If he died, you sure couldn't handle it like a typical prisoner death? A lot of people would love Randall's position, and as far as I know, he's got major guile too. I don't think he'd take the risk. Guile definition. Sly or cunning intelligence. He's smart. Don't think he'd take the risk. Someone like him? It's more likely he took Hydro's money and just did nothing. I remember Anthony once saying he'd fled to Ironforge City before he was finally arrested. Perhaps his father had some involvement in the affair. Yeah, that's possible as well. Will Smith used to be a fair household name in Bunker Hill City. Sending his son to prison for his protection Wouldn't surprise me one bit. That doesn't answer my question. I've already answered it. Miss Silence, you're smart. You just don't want to believe it. I don't understand. What I mean is they couldn't do it in Mansfield State Prison, but that doesn't mean they couldn't do it in Bunker Hill City Prison. Wait, you don't mean his family? Looks like you finally understand, Miss Silence. Wait, so... Mountain was put in there by his own family for protection? That's what I'm guessing this means. You said that Hydebro never touched Anthony's family. That's a faulty assumption. The only reason they're not dead is because they don't need to be. Maybe you just can't comprehend it, but in Colombia, death is far from the worst thing that could happen to a person. Moreover, after dealing with Simon Co., Hydebro had no competitors left. They obviously wouldn't ever let the Simon family turn the next page. They said as much. The Simons posed no more threat. Once they discovered Anthony was in a prison they had no influence over, they decided Anthony was a threat. Correct. As long as Anthony lives, they always face the risk of a comeback. So, Hydebro had a grip over their local lockup, but none at all on the prison a couple states over. Mansfield State Prison. No, wait. They're a business. Even if our energy section is backing them, what in the world gives them any say in the local prison? Well, what in the world indeed? You're not. No, I refuse to. Dinner's ready. Something, you guys. You look like you've seen a ghost, Silence. I need a moment to cool my head, Mayor. If I could trouble you to continue explaining the events to Director Milsey. Sure thing. Silence, you want to eat on the side and listen? No, I need somewhere a little quieter. You can head into the kitchen then. There's a table there. Right, thank you. Okay, so where did you leave off? You finished Robin's past and what she was doing in the prison? Ah, I got it. Then next should be your first failed hit. Or from Kafka's perspective, we're successfully getting in touch with Anthony. Wow, so this is when the two of them cross paths? Yep. Let me guess. Robin's thing about entering C-Zone for cleaning? It's that, right? Kafka went for it too. I imagine she heard it was the safest way to meet Anthony. Aha! Now that's straight to the punch. I like it. All the middle stuff's pretty nothing. You wanna hear it? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued. I feel like I'd hear some pretty interesting things. Let's stick to the job where it gets off first. So you wanna hear Kafka or Robin's side? I'll keep with Robin's. Cool. It was a whole month since she went inside then. All the while, she kept her head down and worked. Finally clawed out the chance to get to C-Zone for cleaning. Used every material at her disposal. Made all the weapons she could count on. Crack them on her person. Sounds like she was pretty amply prepared. Did she get sussed by Anthony then? Or stopped by Kafka? Nope. Something wild happened. All present. Here. 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 Hey, you're fresh meat too, right? Seen you before at the factory. Listen up. You've got new inmates among you, so I'll repeat the rules. A zone and B zone are responsible for different rooms. 2 of us will take you separately. But you will all get 1 turn cleaning up Mr. Anthony's room. Why's that? Called respect, you understand? A zone with me, and B zone with him. Jailer B. Kinda sauce. Okay, so I think, yeah, Zarya is definitely keeping an eye on Robin, independently of Silence. I talked about that after the stream in the Discord. I go over the points again after this. Make it brief. Once you're in, don't touch what you shouldn't. Don't even think about taking what you shouldn't. Do your work. Especially when it comes to Mr. Anthony's room. You're to clean his room like you care for your own mommy. Is that clear? Like I give a slug's ass about my mommy. Hey. You showed it. I'm saying this for the first timers here. Don't give me trouble, you hear me? I got it, I got it. Behave and we'll give you some playtime in an NPC cell. Ooh, now that's a perk. I'll be good as a baby then. Enough. You all got your cleaning gear on you? If so, we'll get ready to go upstairs. So these are season cells. Finally gotten in. Every story has 4 cells. Each cell only links to the elevator. But the style of these cells is so different from ours. Feels like there's no privacy at all here. Get down to it. Stop gawking around. Over here is Anthony's, Mr. Anthony's room. Besides, there already. Just get in there and clean up. Don't think about brawling with Bizon here. We're watching you. This jailer's not like the others. Real domineering. Focus. I finally get to see Anthony. In all the photos, he's built crazy strong. If I took him on directly, I have no chance of winning. And no matter how strong the person is, as long as you can find a weak point, there's a chance. Just clean up while you look for it. Even if finding a weak point's all I get, I'll take it. Pop, protect me. What's going on? A jailer and a few B-zoners got taken out. Who are you? Why kill me? You don't need to know who wants you dead, Mr. Anthony. Oh. So there's other assassins that... Okay. That's wild. They're all trying to reach him. All of them assassins. Okay. All you need to know is... this is where you die. Hehe. Boss, the air zone team's here. Came fast. No problem, bud. You take that batch out. Don't go kill her now. We still gotta get out of here. No way. They're here to take Anthony out too. Why don't you take this? I swear this is just it's the meme of just abbreviating 6 words into one. Get out of my way, brat. Yeah. No, Kafka. One-shotted, what is this? You knocked that girl stupid in one punch too. Oh, did that Jello smirk just now? Now's not the time to worry. This one's coming for me. I gotta deal with him first. Wait, did the other dudes just want to fight Robin, Mountain, and Kafka? I guess it's the my enemy's enemy is my friend thing.
あらあら、そんなに私を避けなくても大丈夫ですのよ。みんな、こっち来て。ビクトリアのバグパイプ。ウォーミングアップここまでだ。チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？
どこに向かえばよろしいでしょう。
みんなこっち来て。邪悪を壊滅しうる勇猛さ。
I think I'm killing a bit too fast here.
私の役目は果てない。時間をかけるつもりはない。負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。みんなこっち来て。待機中。さっさと片付けるぞ。はいはい、ここでたっぷり休ませてもらうわ。鮮血が武器をされ、戦場を沸き立たせる。
I'm gonna try to imprison this dude.
こっち来て。
I need that for a medal, don't I? Imprisoning 100 enemies or something. If I put her right here, I could attack. There's no spot to support Mountain though. Oh, I'm getting some bad frames. First down, first down.
毒薬の準備が整いました。ポイズンキス。視界良好。
Emotional support for my dude. imprisoned.
accomplished.
Alright. Making progress on this, thing. This metal. Hmm. Ugh. This prisoner's fierce. Knocked all the others down in just a few hits. Go to hell. This jailer's a mighty one too. Just guarding though. Seems like. I wonder why. Yeah. Crud, the jailer's down. Wait, really? I thought sorry I was gonna pull off some big boy moves there. Just me left. But if I end up fighting him here, it's gonna be a mess to explain after. And you think, come on, is my only option to throw fists? You're fast. Anthony rescued me? You might not know who you are, but you shouldn't be doing this. Not this. Right in front of my eyes. And death's knocking and you still care about other folk? You're a real gentleman, Mr. Anthony. When did he? Here, miss. Don't be scared of me. Just blame it on your rotten luck. Relax. Besides from Anthony, we don't want to kill anybody. You just gotta lie down. Get. Got me. Can't think clear. Let's do a warm welcome, Anthony. Dead. I didn't expect you to be this good of a cook. Wow. Bet you didn't. Anyway, yeah, I caught up in another assassin's attempt and lost consciousness. Then that must have sucked. Yeah, unlucky her. How'd this assassination pan out? You know Anthony must have won, but this was an attempt on his life in a prison. Couldn't have gone without comment. Yep. But because Robin was out during that time, you have to go come from Kafka's side. Oh, but didn't Kafka get knocked out by that convict too? Oh, you sandbagged that one, so she says. Ah, okay. Does seem like her style, yep. Talk. Whose people sent you? You wouldn't know. He's out. These people really were. Fine. Thinking about it now won't do anything. Let's see how these prisoners are first. Looks like none of them crossed the river. The Greek mythology thing? The river Styx. You cross it in the underworld or something, I believe. And then this girl. I don't know who you are, but you helped me back there. Thank you, girl stranger. You can call me Kafka. You're not out? Don't move. Just shift a bit to the right. Lock the monitors. Is this okay? Golden. Surveillance shouldn't see me now. Looking for me, I checked around while I was cleaning the rooms. Where are you? I told you. Call me Kafka. I'm here to help you. But this is a real snafu. I don't know what that means. Snafu. confused or chaotic state. A mess. Okay. I was gonna help you. I was gonna leave you a slip of paper and call it there. Didn't expect those guys to suddenly go off. What in the world is happening? Not the right place to talk about that. Know anywhere good? The jailers should be coming over to see what the ruckus was. We can go to the clinic. That'll work. What in the blue blazes? Anthony, what the hell are you doing? That's what I'd like to ask, Barton. These prisoners snuck in with the intent to kill me. What the hell? What? It's the truth, Superintendent Barton. I witnessed Mr. Anthony fight off 2 inmates. What? Were you watching them? The 2 of them knocked me out. They were very strong. Or good for nothing. How do you want me to explain all of this to the warden? Let's get a grip on the present first, Barton. These 2 are the assassins. You can deal with them. Right. But Mr. Anthony, you see, we can't just take you at your word for all of this. I know. I've suffered minor injuries. I need a trip to the clinic first. They knocked everyone else unconscious. It might behoove you to send them all to the clinic too. Once we're there, I will explain things in fine detail. Alright. What are your bunch navel-gazing for? Throw these 2 bodies in the morgue and drag all of them with you? Yes, sir. Sir. Hey, this guy looks different. Judging by his face, he's the same guy that was on, Saria's art, I believe. Definitely different from the generic, jailer. Try to show after this. The jailers are all gone, Anthony. What happened? I saw them all looking perturbed some. I'd like to know too. Alright. This place is safe, young Kafka. Gomez, my friend. If I could call anyone in this prison trustworthy, it'd be her. First off, drop that, young. I'm just some random little shorty. Apologies, Miss Kafka. Man, okay, you. For a prisoner, you're politer than all the people outside. This is how Anthony is. He doesn't hold back courtesy for anyone. Yeah, I get it. You look like a haymaker. But you've got manners for days too. Not surprising everyone else in here thinks you're a juggernaut. You flatter me. Well then, my turn to ask the questions. You're apparently here to aid me. That means you know where my assassins came from, I suppose? Before that, I need to ask you something first. Please do. You know what your family, I guess your dad, is the one Simon Coe's named after? Anyway, you know exactly what happened there? As long as you do, I can explain things a lot simpler. My father was detained on more than 10 charges. I know the circumstances couldn't have been simple, but I've had no time to find out concretely. Okay, you know, yeah. That's good enough for me. Simon Coe, thanks to what was it? Do you mean illicit? Yeah, that illicit smuggling of originium goods. Anyway, company got shut down. The core members all went to prison. So your whole family's serving in Bunker Hill City right now. Anthony slams a fist into a nearby table. Everything on top of it rattles off. Anthony, I'm right. I prepared myself to hear this a long time ago. I'm already happier than you could believe, knowing they're not dead. Alright, who sent them? Hide bro? Hide bro, so it was you. Let me just think. What did Silence say? Right. Your family. The Simons. We're competing with them across some kind of line. Wait, I thought they didn't know there was an assassination attempt going on when they were going in. I guess they just knew that there was competition and then that this was Mountain being framed. You were camping 50% of the profits each over this. And there was plenty of friction. They always wanted to just camp your share too. And they did it. Pretty simple. And bro, I heard my father mention that name often. I even visited their company as a guest once. They did all of this over a bit of selfishness. I've heard of similar events before. I just never expected it to happen around me. Anthony, are you alright? Need me to use my arts and settle your mind some? No, thank you, Dama. I told you, I prepared myself for this long ago. I didn't expect the reality to come so soon. Sudden. That's all. I believe you, Miss Kafka. I think there's no reason you'd have to deceive me about this. Seeing how things are, those assassins ought to be from Hydro. Why only come at this point? That, I have no idea at all. But judging from my experience, that wasn't the last of them just now. You sent a whole bunch of people in to take you out for sure. So, we should probably call this the very beginning. How about you? I presume you're not just here to help fend off killers for me, are you? What's your objective, Miss Kafka? Me? It's kinda tough to explain fast, but let's say this. Someone trusts me to help break you out of here. You do want to get out and take revenge, right? You got a life sentence, and it's the kind without parole. If you want to leave this place, then you've got one choice, and that's jailbreak. That's why I'm here to help. Obviously, you don't want to peace out, and you're gonna stay here forever. Not like I'm gonna force you to go. Jailbreak. But no soul has ever made clean escape from this prison. Say that if you want, but you can't knock it till you try it, right? You've been in this prison for a good while now, Miss Kafka. Yeah, I sure have. Then you should have heard some things about me. Yep. They all say you're the most powerful prisoner and the most free. Pretty much everyone thinks you're strong as heck. I think you're pretty strong too, right now. Staying calm in times like these. Fact is, that's not what's happening. Even with all the supposed charisma I have as a prisoner, I can't bend the jailers, let alone the warden. I should never have earned my current standing. And that's true though. That's true enough. But you earned it now, so hey. In reality, what I've earned is the turnkey's favor. At least, what little I know is that the warden himself said it. He told them to be slightly nicer with me. All these years I've had suspicions. After I reached Ironforge City, I was arrested, then I came to this prison. Did my father arrange for this from the start? for seeing something and then sending me here in advance. Such things have always spun in my mind. Oh, Silence mentioned that too. She said it was just one possibility though. Silence. Is that the name of your backer? Well, whatever. Yeah, it is. Kafka is smart, but sort of an airhead when it comes to following some orders. She's very good at what she does, just not good at following other people. I'll be sure to thank this friend afterwards. Anyway, it's just one possibility, as you say. If I want to know the reason for sure, I'll need to get out. This is something only I can shine a light on. Anthony, is it really alright to tell her this? It's fine. I believe you for the moment, Miss Kafka. Thus, I'm willing to level with you. Even if you didn't show up. Even if long since gotten used to this life in prison. I've still yearned incessantly to leave here. I can obtain most of what I want in here, but not since the beginning have I found this faintest outline of how to get out. So in truth, I should be the one asking you, Miss Kafka. Please, help me break out. Sometimes, the purpose of an invitation isn't just for company. After that, it should be Robin's. Before we get there, Miss Mayer, there's something else I want to ask you. What's up? I don't know nearly as much as Silence. Not a problem. This is something you know just as well as she does. What do you think of the whole diabolic crisis? She really wants to know about you, Fit. If I'm not mistaken, you were part of that project, weren't you? And don't have a clue. We engineering folks usually just hand out the equipment. Maybe give some professional advice when the equipment... We don't usually try to figure out what the experiment is all about. I just know how it turned out in the end. Silence brought Ifrit with her to Rhodes Island, but she barely had a working relationship with. After that, Saria ended up taking responsibility for everything that happened in Left Friend Lab. You're trying to learn about what happened down there. You're asking the wrong girl. No. Not the incident itself that I wanted to know more about. I mean, incidents like that one are a dime a dozen at Ryan Lab. So why are you asking? I'm asking because I want to know from your perspective. What kind of a person do you think Silence is? How about Saria? I think Silence is a pretty serious girl. Honestly, I've always felt that's the way all researchers should be. You're right. She's very smart, very perceptive too. Plus, she's had more than a few successful projects under her belt. From what I heard, the structural director is hoping to prime Silence to take over. Wow, you mean Silence is gonna be calling the shots at structural? So cool. Yeah, even I want to burn her up now. As for Saria, I don't actually know her that well. I mean, defense isn't like the other departments. I hardly ever saw her in Rose Island, let alone talk to her. But the biggest impression I have of her is she's really cautious, going from what I know about the Diabolic Crisis. I mean, she was the one who hit the brakes on the whole project, even took blame for everything and quit. Even though experiments going wrong isn't actually that uncommon there. There were rumors among my coworkers that the Diabolic Crisis was some kind of conspiracy. I don't know that much about that stuff though. Besides, if it's having a great time at Rose Island all around, I guess it wasn't a big deal. So the test subject is doing well at Rose Island? Yep. Like she's always on top of the whole world. Oh, and here I thought, well, gotta hand it to them then. Rose Island sounds like a pretty impressive company. But well, there's one thing I can tell you. Sorry I didn't leave Ryan Lab just because of the Diabolic Crisis. It's just one of a whole string of events that led to it. There's more to it. It might have been the straw that broke the burden beast's back though. The primary reason was that she had a beef with Control. Huh? Control? That's right. Saria and Control actually got along okay at first, you know? But, like you said, Saria was way too cautious. She thinks all scientific research should be contained. That's not how Control saw it though. There would have been no Ryan Lab if she did. How should I say this? Let's try an analogy. Let's say we have a line, Saria's line. Ryan Lab was always done things. Ryan Lab's always done things above board. They've come close to crossing the line, but they've never actually done it. So Saria never said anything. That whole string of events, the Diabolic Crisis included, meant that someone was trying to cross that line. They might have even crossed it already. Saria wouldn't have that. Control didn't care. Why is that? Miss Mayor, tell me. Do you actually care about the whole thing with Anthony that the science and I were talking about at all? Now that I know more about what happened to him, I guess it's not a bad thing that he got out. Something like that, I guess. See? You're honest and kind, but you couldn't care less. You care more about your research, your meatball. Gotta hand it to you though. He was a really great design. Mind if I touch it? Sure thing. Have at it. That's so cute. You were working on your designs too just now, right? Yep. I got a couple new ideas. I'm gonna try them out as soon as we're back at Rose Island. Controls like this too. You can see very far ahead of her. Sometimes I get the feeling that not even the sky above can keep her from seeing beyond it. There probably isn't a single person in the world who knows just where it is she set her sights. Even I only have a vague idea of what's going on in her mind. And I've only ever caught a glimpse of her when she's giving speeches. Never knew she'd be like that too. That's alright. There are lots of things that she just doesn't care about. Her, as long as her research isn't being blocked, that line might as well not exist. That drove a wedge between her and Saria. But why are you telling me all of this? Shouldn't you be talking to Silence? I'm not sure what I'd do with this information. I'm telling you this because you don't know. I figured that you probably could have gotten along. So I wanted to get a better idea of what kind of person she is. Besides, I actually want to be friends with you myself. I like researchers like you. So pure. If I'm not mistaken, you voluntarily signed up for Rose Island? Yeah, I wanted a change of atmosphere. Mind telling me why? I guess there wasn't really much of a reason. Alright, if you ever come back to Rhine Lab though, you should think about transferring to our department. I'll give it some thought. Don't worry, we've got time. I'm getting a bit lightheaded. Might need a break to get some food or whatever. Alright. Why don't we get back to that story? You sure about this? Yeah, I want to try. Well, hello there. Where am I? This here's my room. And it's also the prison clinic. I know who you are. I know who you are too. The name's Delma. What am I doing here? Right, there was a fight. I got dragged into the mess. You passed out, Miss Robin. Anthony? How come you know my name? Delma has a list of prisoners here. You're a hitman too, aren't you? Delma found this weapon on you, and you were there. I could only arrive at this conclusion. Of course, you really aren't. You're free to prove me wrong. Regardless of whether that is truly the case, I hope you could at least listen to what I have to say. Everything I'll be telling you is under the assumption that you came here to kill me. I mean no offense, and I hope you don't get the wrong impression. I know who sent you here. They're the ones who orchestrated my family's downfall. They're also behind my imprisonment here for the past 6 years. And I've made my decision to break out of this prison to get to the end of it. I can tell your combat prowess is superb. And I'm hoping you'd be willing to abandon your contract as a hitman and come help me. It's as simple as that. You don't need to give me an answer right away. I need a lot of time to prepare. You have a lot of time on your hands as well. If you want to kill me, you're free to keep trying. You could also give up. If you're interested in helping me, just pay the clinic a visit and let Delma know. Yeah, it's that dude. Mr. Anthony. Captain Barton was wondering if you were doing okay. Are you hurt? Nothing serious, just a few scrapes. Let him know to wait a little longer. I'll be finished here soon. Right, not a problem. Take your time. I need to deal with Barton. You should head back and think this offer through, Miss Robin. And I thought he was just some simple, kind-hearted guy. But it sounds like I'm not giving him enough credit. What makes you say that? I know for sure that Raman was there to kill him, but he didn't have any concrete proof. Yet he still made her that offer. Really? I thought that was pretty reckless of him. If Robin wasn't there to kill him, and she tipped him off to the jailers, what happens then? That's the part I like about him. Think about it. You're a fresh fish. No one knows who you are. Meanwhile, Anthony's built a reputation, a prestige for himself over the years. Whose words do you think carry more weight? Let's take a step back. Did Barton and the guards there really believed her? Would they have done anything about that? They couldn't have acted on that information. Well, now that you mention it, I guess there wasn't much they could have done even if she ratted him out. You think it's reckless. And you'd be right under normal circumstances. It's a risky move if he didn't have his prestige, or perhaps influence is a better word to use here. But what I think is really interesting is that those who know how to build prestige for themselves don't usually do something like that. And why is that? That's because what he said was also a threat. He was telling her, you tell him, but it's not going to do you any good. Hear that? Doesn't really sound like something someone who's really got prestige would say, right? Hey, you're right. It does sound like a threat. That's what I mean. Besides, did Anthony ever say anything about what he did to appease Barton? Oh, he said he volunteered to be put in solitary for half a month? Everyone knew that he wasn't the one at fault, but he chose to be punished to get this thing behind him, huh? I can almost imagine that grin on Barton's face when Anthony told him he was willing to accept punishment. But he still held back. Just such a hard guy to deal with. I think he probably just figured Robin wouldn't rat him out. Possible. I won't deny it. By the way, Miss Science is really taking her time, isn't she? Yeah, you're right. I'll go take a look. Alright. So, the thing I was talking about yesterday was, or the day before. Robin, Mountain, Kafka, they're super involved in the story. But Saria as well. She was oddly part of this whole art here, even though she only had a skin.
Ah, ここにいたか。
And then, the skin description. The jailer garments Saria used when entering Mansfield State Prison. So, normally skins just wouldn't make it into the story like that, but she really did enter the prison. And she participated in helping Mountain out. From the way she was sort of hostile to Robin, I feel like she knew what the assassination was, but wanted to protect Mountain, or at least make it easier for Kafka to get around. But she was also independent of Silence's plan. Sort of weird. And the other jailer, that's his face right there, I find is a bit intriguing, but he's definitely a key character. He shows up like that.
Products received. Resources received.
Just some things I found interesting, notable. Alright, I might actually need some time to rest my voice and maybe get some food. So I'll finish my base rotations and then take a short break. Make sure I'm in good shape to continue.
気に入った。ここが召喚の居宅ですね。ああ、ここにいたか。
I might do a paradox simulation, actually. F, what do you got? Experienced foundational caster. While ensuring survival, he can use origin name arts to damage enemy units in an area of effect. Under favorable terrain and with compatible operators, F gives is all to his own advantage, creating opportunities for his teammates. Sudden bursts of firepower tend to affect caster operators' performances. The 12-up has his anti-citadels, and those little knacks are the secret to his continued survival. Okay, so I think it's just obvious putting him here. I am cover this. Using these to keep the enemies in place. No skill. Paradox simulation survivor.
各位戦闘の準備をお願いします。
各自配置につけ。承知しております。
承知しました。
Let plume generate cost in front.
みんな私に続け。
Oh, there's a drone. Okay.
準備完了。
Might be best to put them down here. Cardigan can self-sustain with her skill. So kind of bad deployment of Hibiscus, but to make up for it. But this I might need. Oh no. Leaked one.
勝敗は陛下の常と言いますし、どうか気を落とさずに。
I was a bit late on that.
幾多の戦いの経験が私に教えてくれているのです。
Let's go again.
勝利はこの先で待っていると。
Alright, so I need to be aware of the drone.
ここを死守します。
Similar opening. I could take the hit there. Or not.
目標地点に到着しました。貫く。貫く。
There we go. Hopefully that's enough. Perfect. Oh, might need to. Here we go. Pretty clean, pretty simple.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, now I'm gonna go on break,
この勝
get
利
some
を
food or whatever.
ドクター殿に捧げます。ドクター殿の下で戦えて光栄でした。
Find a song to play while we wait.
ここにいたか。